My beloved brothers and sisters, have you ever paused just for a moment and asked yourself, why am I going through this? What is Allah trying to teach me? Today we're going to uncover something that might just change your entire perspective on life. This message is not just for the ears, it's for the heart. Because this topic, a mother's dua can move mountains, never stop praying, holds the key to finding peace, purpose, and Allah's closeness. So don't scroll away. Stay with me till the end. You never know, this could be the moment Allah has chosen to guide your heart. My brothers and sisters, we often underestimate the power of prayer, especially the heartfelt, selfless, and pain-soaked duas that come from a mother's lips. A mother does not just carry her child in her womb for 9 months, she carries them in her heart for life. And when a mother raises her hands to the heavens and speaks to her Rabb for her child, it is no ordinary prayer. It is not just words, it is love turned into faith, pain turned into hope, fear turned into complete trust in Allah. My beloved brothers and sisters, do you know that one of the most powerful forces in your life may not be your own strength, intelligence, or connections? It may simply be the dua of your mother. That one silent moment when she raised her hands and said, Ya Allah, bless my child, that dua can open doors that all your degrees, all your efforts, and all your ambitions could not. Because a mother's dua does not come from the mind, it comes from the heart. And when the heart speaks to Allah, the heavens listen. Her love is not selfish, her concern is not temporary, it's eternal, and it translates into prayers that shake the unseen. It is that kind of prayer that reaches Allah even before it reaches the tongue. Many of us walk around unaware of what our mothers have shielded us from. The job that came at the right time, the accident you narrowly escaped, the hardship that suddenly disappeared. We think it's coincidence or maybe luck. But behind the scenes, a mother was pleading to Allah, saying, Ya Allah, don't let my child suffer. While you were sleeping, she was crying. While you were enjoying life, she was begging for your protection. That's why it's dangerous to be ungrateful to your mother. Because she's not just your mother, she's your lifeline. Her dua is like a fortress around you. And even when you make mistakes, she still defends you, not with words, but with dua. And subhanallah, sometimes we find ourselves being elevated in life in ways we can't explain. You wonder how certain things fell into place when you didn't even make the dua yourself. It may have been because your mother made it for you before you even thought of it. Maybe she asked Allah to grant you good character, so you earned the respect of others. Maybe she begged Allah to make you a good spouse, so your marriage stayed intact while others collapsed. Her dua was answered even before your problem arrived. That's the power of her prayer. Allah listens to her not because she's perfect, but because her love is. And when she leaves this world, and may Allah have mercy on all our mothers who have returned to Him, know that her duas don't die. They leave behind their light in your life. You'll still walk through doors that she prayed would open for you. You'll still feel strength in moments when you're about to collapse. And it's not you, it's the legacy of her dua. That's why you must never stop praying for her. She carried you when you were weak. Now you carry her in your duas when she can no longer speak. And if you're a mother listening to this, I want to tell you something very important. Never stop praying for your child, even if they've disappointed you, even if they've hurt you, even if they've strayed far from Islam. Allah gave you a position that no one else has. Your child may ignore everyone, but they cannot escape your dua. Even if they're drowning in sin, Allah can send them back through one tear you shed in tahajjud. You might feel helpless sometimes, watching them go astray. But don't give up. Dua is not weakness. Dua is power. You're not just a mother. You are someone whose broken heart has direct access to the one who can fix anything. And sometimes that dua becomes your biggest sacrifice, because you're not complaining. You're not fighting back. You're just silently raising your hands while no one sees your pain. That's sacrifice, and Allah sees it. Allah knows the moments when you could have shouted, but you stayed quiet and turned to Him instead. Those are the duas that carry weight in the heavens. Those are the prayers that shake mountains and rewrite destinies. And look around you. How many people are successful today, not because of what they did, but because of someone's dua? A child of a poor mother becomes a leader. A man who failed in school becomes a millionaire. A woman who had no voice becomes a teacher of the deen. It's not always talent, it's not always hard work, it's sometimes a hidden dua, a whisper in the night from a mother who had nothing else to offer but her broken heart to Allah. That's all she had, and that's all Allah needed to open every door. So my brothers and sisters, if you still have your mother alive, run to her. Don't wait for special occasions. Don't wait until it's too late. Ask her to make dua for you. In fact, beg her for it. Tell her your struggles. Let her raise her hands for you, because when she does, the heavens pay attention. And if your mother has returned to Allah, then raise your hands for her. Ask Allah to shower her with mercy. Ask Allah to give her a palace in Jannah.
Because now you are her voice in this world. Now your dua carries her legacy. Many of us walk through life completely unaware of the storms we never even saw, the disasters that were diverted, the heartbreaks that were softened, the failures that never reached us. We think we got lucky. We think it was just good timing. But my beloved brothers and sisters, how often do we pause and realize that was not luck, that was not timing? That was the dua of my mother protecting me from a distance I couldn't even understand. Sometimes the greatest miracles in your life aren't the ones you see. They're the ones you never knew you needed protection from. And it was your mother who prayed you through them. You were about to make a decision that could have broken you, but something changed at the last moment. You don't know why. You walked away from it, thinking it was your wisdom or your strength. But maybe, just maybe, your mother had begged Allah, Ya Allah, don't let my child fall into anything harmful. And your steps were redirected without you even realizing. That's how deep the power of her dua runs. It doesn't just protect your body, it protects your path, your choices, your soul, even your distractions, your delays, your detours. They were all part of a divine mercy you didn't earn on your own. A mercy that came because someone was crying your name in the silence of the night, asking Allah to take care of you when they no longer could. We live in a time where we think we're self-made. We say, I got this job because I worked hard, or I'm strong because I survived on my own. But the truth is, behind every strong man, behind every successful woman, behind every person standing tall despite the pain, there's someone's dua holding them up. And often it's the dua of a mother who may not have much in this world, a mother who may not even fully understand your struggles, but she knows how to say, Ya Allah, please don't let anything hurt my child. And that's all it takes. Sometimes you didn't fall into sin because she was praying. Sometimes you didn't lose hope because she had faith for both of you. Sometimes the light inside you didn't go out because her love kept it burning, even when you gave up on yourself. This is why, my brothers and sisters, you should never belittle the role of your mother in your journey, even if she isn't expressive, even if she doesn't say much, even if you think she doesn't understand you. Know that her heart is always in conversation with Allah about you. And sometimes when no one else is speaking your name in dua, she is. When no one else believes in your comeback, she does. And when you've fallen so far that even you've forgotten how to get up, her dua reminds Allah of your potential. That's why you'll notice in life, some people are protected in ways that don't make sense. It's not that they're more pious, it's not that they're more clever, it's that Allah placed someone in their life who refuses to stop making dua for them. They may walk into fire and come out untouched. They may be surrounded by fitna and still hold on to their faith. They may fall 100 times and still get back up. Why? Because there is a mother somewhere praying, Ya Allah, guide my child. Don't let them go. Keep them close to you. And you know what's even more beautiful? Sometimes that mother doesn't tell you. She doesn't make you feel guilty or make a big show of it. She just does it quietly, between her and Allah. Maybe while cooking for you. Maybe while folding your clothes. Maybe while wiping her tears because she doesn't want you to see her pain. And in that silence, she utters words that move angels and shift destiny. That's how powerful the heart of a mother is, and that's why her dua can do things your effort never could. So don't forget her. Don't take her for granted, and don't take her for granted, and don't ever think for a moment that you made it on your own. Even the steps you take today are being carried by the unseen mercy that was placed before you, long before you ever even knew you'd need it. Her dua is not a memory, it is a shield, a light, and a rope between you and the mercy of your Lord.
And sometimes, my brothers and sisters, we find ourselves receiving blessings that we never even asked for. A job comes your way when you didn't even apply. A difficult exam becomes easy. A relationship that was on the edge of collapse suddenly strengthens. You wonder, how did this happen? I didn't even make dua for this. But Allah responded to a dua, just not yours. It may have been your mother's. She saw your stress even when you didn't speak. She sensed your struggles even when you tried to hide them. She didn't wait for you to ask. She just raised her hands and said, Ya Allah, make it easy for my child. And that was all it took. You were helped before you even realized you needed help. That's how Allah honors the sincerity of a mother. You might spend hours making dua, asking Allah for something, and it still takes time. But when your mother makes dua for you, even a whisper, Allah responds sometimes instantly, because her prayer carries no ego, no agenda. It's built entirely on sacrifice, concern, and love. Her dua is free from pride. It doesn't seek personal gain. It's simply one creation of Allah begging the Creator to care for another creation. And that level of purity is powerful. That sincerity is what opens the doors in your life that were locked from every angle. How many times have people tried every option, every contact, every trick, and nothing worked? Then suddenly they call their mother and she says, I will make dua for you. And in a day or two, the entire problem disappears. That's not a coincidence. That's the barakah of her connection with Allah. She might not speak Arabic. She might not even know many du'as from the sunnah. But her words are understood in the heavens because they come straight from a heart that aches for you. And you will never find that kind of prayer anywhere else in the world. This is why, my beloved brothers and sisters, when you are struggling and you don't know what do, go to your mother. Ask her to make dua. Don't wait for a crisis to turn to her. Don't treat her like a backup plan. She is a gate of mercy in your life. Her dua might be the rope that pulls you out of your depression. Her dua might be the one that helps you find your lost. And if she makes dua for your akhirah, for Allah to guide you, forgive you, elevate you, then know that you are not just protected in this world, but in the next. But here's something to reflect on. What if your mother made dua for you long before you even reached this point in life? Maybe she asked Allah to make you successful when you were still a child. Maybe she prayed for your marriage when you weren't even thinking about marriage. Maybe she begged Allah to give you strength before your trials even came. And now, years later, you're walking in the light of that dua, not even realizing how much it shaped your destiny. Her dua reached the future before you did. Her prayer traveled through time and carved ease into moments that would have otherwise broken. Sometimes you think you're strong because you've survived so much. But what if it wasn't your strength? What if it was her dua shielding you, her prayer carrying you, her love absorbing the blows of life so that you wouldn't collapse? That is a reality many of us don't appreciate until it's too late. We assume we're doing okay because we worked hard or stayed focused. But in truth, we were just protected, not by our actions, but by her constant quiet conversations with Allah on our behalf. So next time something in your life works out in your favor, pause for a moment. Before you pat yourself on the back, thank Allah, then remember your mother. Maybe you didn't deserve it. Maybe you didn't even ask for it, but she did. And Allah listened to her for your sake. That is the power of a mother's dua. It reaches the places you can't. It opens the doors you don't even know exist. And sometimes it saves you from the harm you're walking toward, even as you smile thinking everything's fine. And then, my beloved brothers and sisters, there comes a time when the one who prayed for you day and night is no longer with you. Her hands once raised in dua for your success are now folded in rest. Her voice that once whispered your name in prayer has fallen silent in this world. And in that moment something shifts. The world feels colder, the home feels emptier, and the one shield you never truly appreciated while it lasted is suddenly gone. But here is where the mercy of Allah shines yet again, because even though your mother may no longer walk this earth, the effects of her dua still do. You see, dua is not confined by time. Her words spoken years ago in the depth of the night or in the stillness of her heart continue to echo in your life long after she's gone. She may have returned to Allah, but her love lives on in the ease you find in your affairs, in the opportunities that come your way, in the safety that surrounds you, even when everything seems uncertain. That's the lingering power of her dua. It doesn't end with her life. It continues like a wave, gently carrying you forward, even as she rests beneath the soil. And now the role shifts. If your mother has returned to Allah, then the rope of mercy that she used to pull you closer to Him is now in your hands. The cycle continues, but this time, you're the one raising your hands. You're the one saying, Ya Allah, have mercy on my mother the way she had mercy on you. Become the source of light in her grave, just as she was the light in your life. That's how Islam beautifully connects the hearts of generations, through sincere, continuous dua. But for those whose mothers are still alive, don't wait until silence replaces her voice. Don't realize her value only when her absence becomes your biggest regret. Make use of her dua while you can. Ask her to pray for you, not just when you're struggling, but even when things are going well, because her dua isn't just a remedy, it's a source of barakah. It's the secret ingredient in your happiness, your peace, and your progress. And it's a blessing you'll never truly understand until it's gone. There are people who live their lives with a strange strength, with an unexplainable peace. And when you look deeper, you find a mother behind them who never stopped praying for them. Even when they strayed, even when they failed, even when they hurt her, she still made dua. She still cried to Allah to guide them, and Allah honored her sincerity by protecting them, guiding them, and granting them openings they didn't deserve. That's how much value Allah places on the dua of a mother. Not because of what she says, but because of what she feels when she says. Or imagine the loss when that dua is no longer present in your life. And yet, even then, Allah doesn't leave you empty. He gives you a chance to give back. He allows you to honor her in a way that benefits both of you. You pray for her. You do good in her name. You give charity for her soul. And every time you say, Ya Allah, forgive her. Ya Allah, raise her status in Jannah. That dua travels straight to her grave as light, as peace, as reward. She may not be able to speak anymore, but your voice becomes her lifeline now. This is why the believer never despairs. Even in death, the connection isn't lost. It simply changes form. Your love continues through prayer. Your loyalty continues through deeds. And your bond continues through the mercy of the one who created that love in the first. That is the beauty of our deen. We are never truly disconnected from the people we love. We're simply given new ways to love them, through remembrance, through dua, and through our own good actions in their name. So whether your mother is sitting beside you or resting in her grave, let her dua continue through you. Live in a way that honors her sacrifice. Walk the path she begged Allah to guide you toward. And never forget, even for a moment, that you are where you are because of her dua. If she's gone, don't cry without prayer. Let your tears turn into duas that lift her soul every single day. Because just as she never stopped praying for you, now it's your turn to never stop praying for her. And for those of you who are mothers yourselves, I speak directly to your hearts now. I know there are days when you feel helpless, days when you look at your child, whether they are young or grown, and your heart is overwhelmed with worry. Maybe they've taken a path you never imagined. Maybe their actions break your heart. Maybe they've turned away from the deen, or maybe they're just lost in this fast-moving world. But let me remind you, my beloved sisters in Islam, never ever stop making dua for your children. No matter how far they go, no matter how dark their choices, your dua is stronger than their distance. Your dua is more powerful than any mistake they make. And your dua can reach places you physically cannot. You might feel powerless as a mother when your child doesn't listen, when they push you away, when they reject your advice. But you are never powerless with Allah. That sujood in the quiet of the night, that tear that falls before fajr, that whisper when no one else is around. Those are your weapons. Don't let shaitan convince you that nothing is changed. Sometimes Allah delays the response, not because He is ignoring you, but because He is crafting something better than what you imagined. Sometimes it takes years, even decades. But your job is to keep asking, keep believing, keep crying out to the one who hears even what the tongue does not say. Remember, even some of the prophets, those chosen by Allah, had children who disobeyed. But did they stop making dua? Never. They turned to Allah even more. That's the lesson. Don't look at your child's mistakes and say, there's no hope. Say, instead, Ya Allah, you are Al-Hadi, the one who guides. Guide my child. I may have failed, but you never fail. And trust that Allah is listening. You might not see the result tomorrow, but one day, maybe when you are no longer here, your child will remember your words. Your dua will reach them. A moment will come where their heart softens unexpectedly, and they will return, not because someone argued with them, but because you begged Allah to bring them back. And sometimes the changes are invisible to you, but they're happening. Maybe your child has started thinking more. Maybe they're slowly leaving what's wrong. Maybe they're beginning to feel Allah's presence again. It's happening in stages, silent shifts that you may never see, but Allah sees them. And it's your dua planting the seed of guidance, of protection, of love for the Quran, of distance from bad company. These things don't appear overnight, but they grow in the soil of sincerity. And there is nothing more sincere than the dua of a mother. So don't give up, even when you feel broken. Let that brokenness become your strength in front of Allah. Let it be the fuel behind your prayer when you raise your hands while your heart is aching. That's when dua has the most power. Allah is close to the broken heart, and what heart breaks more than that of a mother watching her child suffer or stray? But you are not alone. Your dua is heard, your pain is noticed, and Allah will honor your patience in a way you never expected. And remember, your child doesn't need you to be perfect. They need you to be prayerful. You don't have to have all the answers. You just have to keep turning to the one who does. Let your children see that no matter what happens in life, you always turn to Allah. That in your joys and in your trials, your first response is dua. That's how you teach them. Not always with words, but with your actions. You are planting something deep inside them. Even if they rebel now, even if they walk away, those roots are growing. One day they may become the very foundation that brings them back to Allah. So keep praying, keep believing, and never underestimate how beloved your voice is to Allah when it is calling on behalf of your child. You may feel invisible to the world, but you are never invisible to the Lord of the worlds. A mother's dua can move mountains, and your mountain may still be moving. Slowly but surely, with every tear you cry and sujood. And sometimes, my beloved brothers and sisters, the mountains that a mother moves with her dua are not just in her children's lives, but in her own. Because the journey of motherhood is not only about raising righteous children, it's also about discovering the strength Allah placed inside you. When you pray for your child with tears in your eyes, you're not just asking Allah to change their life, you're also transforming your own. You're becoming stronger in your reliance, more patient in your struggles, and more connected to the one who holds all hearts. And that is a gift in itself. You see, the challenges you face as a mother, they're not signs of failure. They're invitations to turn back to Allah. They're reminders that you are not meant to do it all alone. And through every trial, every sleepless night, every moment of worry, Allah is drawing you closer. It might not feel like it now, but those moments of breaking are also moments of rebuilding. That's where tawakkul grows. That's where sabr is born. That's where you learn that your true strength doesn't come from how much you can control, but from how much you surrender. And when you surrender to Allah, something amazing happens. You begin to see His mercy in ways you never noticed before. Maybe your child hasn't changed yet, but you have. Maybe the outcome hasn't shifted, but your heart has softened. Maybe the struggle is still there, but your trust in Allah is deeper. This is what dua does. It changes your inner world before it changes your outer world. And that in the sight of Allah is success. Don't ever think your effort is wasted. Don't ever feel that your role as a mother is small. The Prophet Muhammad said that Jannah lies beneath the feet of the mother. And that wasn't just a phrase of honor, it was a message of power. A mother who cries for her children in sujood, who keeps pushing forward despite exhaustion, who begs Allah for their guidance day after day. She is not weak, she is a warrior. And Allah sees every moment of that silent battle. And here's the beauty. Sometimes Allah answers your dua in ways you never imagined. Maybe your child becomes a source of goodness, not just for your family, but for others. Maybe their transformation inspires a community. Maybe their return to deen is what brings others closer to Allah. And when that happens, every dua you made, every tear you shed, becomes a sadaqah jariyah, a continuous charity that benefits you even after you leave this world. Can you imagine? You simply asked Allah in the darkness of night, and He responded by bringing light into generations after you. That's why you must never stop. No matter how much time passes, no matter how distant your child seems, Allah can turn a heart in a split second. Allah can create a miracle with a single word. And your voice, the voice of a mother who truly believes, is so beloved to Him. Don't underestimate what you are doing. You are shaping destinies through dua. You are building bridges between hearts and Allah. You are laying foundations of iman that might take years to be seen, but they will be there inshallah by the will of the Most Merciful. So even on the days when you feel like giving up, when the world seems too heavy, when your child's mistakes tear at your soul, just pause, take a breath, and remember, you are not alone. Allah
He's with you. He has always been with you. He hears you in the silence. He sees you in your solitude, and He knows the weight you carry as a mother. Keep walking, keep believing, keep praying. The journey is hard, but the reward is unimaginable. And one day you will stand before Allah and see the full picture, how your pain was never wasted, how your dua were being answered in ways you couldn't see, and how every step you took as a mother was part of a path that led you and your children closer to Him. And as you continue on this journey, my beloved sister, know this: your dua doesn't only move mountains in the lives of your children, it also becomes a shield against the storms of this world. You see, this world is full of distractions, full of temptations, and full of dangers that you cannot always protect your children from physically. But there is one thing that can reach them wherever they go, and that is your sincere dua. When your child leaves the house and you whisper, Ya Allah, protect them, that dua goes with them. When they are struggling silently and you say, Ya Allah, guide them, that dua surrounds them. Even if they never tell you what they're going through, even if they become distant or cold, your prayers are still working behind the scenes, because the one you are praying to is never distant. He is never unaware. He never forgets. And sometimes we forget that dua is not just about results. It's about building a relationship with Allah. Every time you raise your hands, every time you cry to Him, every time you repeat the same words from a broken heart, you are building your connection with Him. It may feel like you're repeating the same things again and again, but to Allah, it's a sign of your love and trust, and that is never lost. You know, my beloved sisters and brothers, this world is unpredictable. Children grow up, circumstances change, and we often feel helpless. But your dua, that is where your power lies, not in controlling everything, but in surrendering to the one who controls all things. A mother may not be able to be with her child every moment of their life, but Allah. And when you understand that, you begin to realize your role isn't just physical, it's spiritual. You are not just a mother in this world. You are an ambassador of mercy, a soldier of patience, a heart connected to the heaven. That's why